Luke, so about 8 years ago, this hoarder gave me a whole truck full of games. It was a truck and a minivan full of nothing but games. A lot of them were stuff like TetraTrax, which, well, let's talk about it. What does that even mean, Bowers Game?
Oh, hey there, YouTube.
We are back again today for another game review, another special tag team review. Here with my 7-year-old son, Luke.
Hi.
And infant Amelia. And we're going to be talking about TetraTrax from Educational Insight. This is also from Stata Games. It's a brain-building game. Actually, it's going to be a brain-frustrating game. Because in this game, you are going to set up this cool little piece of plastic right here. It's going to have this little score track on the bottom. It's going to look like that. It's going to look a little bit like this when you have it all set up. It's pretty easy to set up, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You got pretty well-made plastic, and then you're going to get 12 of these little pieces right here. They look like Tetris-y style pieces that you are going to be sliding down into this little contraption right here, like so. Except it'll slide down, and it won't fall out because you'll have the bottom down. So, what you're trying to do is you take turns, you put whichever pieces you want there, and you have identical sets of pieces, and you get a point if you're touching an opponent's piece. And if you happen to touch two of your opponent's pieces, you get 2 points. However, if there's any sort of gap, like, for instance, this spot right here where my finger is would be considered a gap, you lose a point, no matter how big the gap is. Whereas if I put the piece like this, there would be no gap, because someone could play on top of me. So if that happens, then you lose a point on your turn, and you go until, you put your pieces in, or until it overflows over the top. Oh wait, and still nobody can play any more pieces, which when it overflows to the top. So that's the basic gist of TetraTrax. What'd you think about it, Luke?
I didn't really like it because sometimes when you couldn't, like...
Just right there. Yeah, like right there.
You couldn't do, like, this because there's lines in between. And that's really sad because if you wanted to do that... So if a piece was...
You want me to help explain?
Yes.
So the pieces are only slotted one way. So inside of this plastic thing, there are little slots so that all the pieces will only go in there a very specific way. So this piece, you can only play it like this or like this because there's a slot there in the middle. You cannot play it on the side because if you play it on the side, then it won't go down. Well, it will, but it won't go down and work. And that's really unfortunate. Not chokables? Non-chokables. Good ones. Great ones. Grab them. And honestly, the whole thing is you'll think out your move. You're like, oh, I'm going to do this move right here. And then you'll go to do it and you're like, shoot. And that happens a lot throughout the game.
Yes.
Constantly throughout the game. You're just constantly reminded of how inadequate these components are and how seemingly simple it would be to solve this issue. You just have them both vertically and horizontally, so you then double the choices on how you're going to put the pieces in. And they didn't do that. Educational Insights could not be bothered to do that. They only want to work one part. They want to work the frustration part of your brain. And I agree with Luke completely, because other than that, this is a perfectly fine little game, right? It's got a nice little score tracker that's relatively easy to use. It got a little frustrated a couple times, but it's not a problem on the bottom. The pieces are nice. The plastic, they're thick, sturdy pieces. These are really nice pieces. But at the end of the day, just the half-buttedness of this. Do not just, like this piece right here. Like line, line, line. All you got to do is put one little line right here, and then all of a sudden, it can go either way. And they're like, no, we don't want to do that. And in the end, it just turns what could have been an okay game. I don't think this game was ever going to be amazing by any stretch of the imagination. It's a very simplistic game. But they took what could have been an okay game and decided to make it worse. And when my 7-year-old, you like 95% of the games we play, right?
Yes.
It is seldom that he's like, I don't want to play this again. Do you want to play this again?
No.
I don't either. And Amelia is a baby. She doesn't know any better. She just wants to chew on it. I know she's been showing a lot of interest in this game the entire time, but that's all superficial. She doesn't care about the game. It's meh. Didn't we do how to play? Did we Bauer Family Learns on this one?
Yep.
Yeah, if you want to see just how frustrating it is, which isn't like super frustrating, but like You don't want any frustrating, right? I don't know, TetraTrax, if you're standing there at the Goodwill still deciding whether or not you should buy it, I'm telling you, don't. Just don't. You're not, like, the game is, yeah. Meh. But if you enjoyed the content, please click on that subscribe button down below. Also, in the comments below, let me know. You got a question for the fine people, Amelia?
If you would want to make any T into a number, what would it be?
Any T into a number? Is that what you just said?
Yeah, that's what she just said.
Okay, yeah, babies don't understand stuff. I would probably turn chamomile tea. I don't really like chamomile tea, but we have a lot at our house. I would turn chamomile tea into the number 5, because that's my favorite number, and I'd love to see what 5 tasted like. So that's a great question. What number would you best like to taste, and what tea would you get rid of?
I would want to try the number 7.
What tea you giving up? Or do you not know enough for teas?
That one that's really bad, but it helps your stomach.
Oh, I like that one. You know what? I got a whole boat. So what I did, I bought the cheapest tea on Amazon. All of it. I bought like 16 boxes of the cheapest tea on Amazon because I was like, surely one of these 16 teas is going to be delicious, and then I'll live my life always drinking that tea. I'll have the cheap tea that tastes really good. And they all tasted garbage. So yeah, don't do that. But don't get this game either, probably. Bye-bye.
Bye.
This video is brought to you by all of my amazing Patreon supporters, and I would love it if you would join their ranks and have your name immortalized in the end of many of my videos for the end of time. But consider for only $1 a month, and as always, thanks for stopping by.